how dating is changing in 2026, and what you need to know so you don't get left behind and fail miserably like most men nowadays. It's a common thing out here, which is dating is fucked nowadays. Dating in 2026 is fucked. Dating wasn't so difficult for my grandpa. Social media has ruined online dating. Social media has ruined dating. Online dating has ruined dating. I hear all these things from people. And yes, dating has been affected tremendously by the rise of internet, social media, and all these other modern things about life nowadays. Yes, it has changed. Yes, the game is different. Does that mean that you cannot win the game? No. Does that mean that you have to be a Giga Chad to get women nowadays? No. In fact, people think looks are so important in dating as if somehow women just changed their species in the past 50 years. They haven't. See, society might change, but biology doesn't change as rapidly. So what that really means is sometimes you have a perception of how society is a certain way today, but I want you to know women haven't changed that much. And neither have you men. Men 50 years ago, they liked attractive women and looks were very important to men. And men were always known as quote unquote dogs, right? Women nowadays, women 50 years ago, the same things that made women valuable 50 years ago is the same things that make women valuable today. And the same things that make men valuable 50 years ago is the same things that make men valuable today. There's just this skewing of perception because a lot of you spend too much time on the internet. A lot of your beliefs are from the internet. They're not from real life. You place social media too highly and you believe everything that the reels are telling you, that TikTok is telling you. When you watch a TikTok video where the girl's like, oh my God, he has to be 6'2" and he's got to be this and he's got to be that and he's got to make 30K a month. You watch that and then you put your phone down and you tell yourself, I'm fucked. There's no way I'm going to have a girlfriend now. There's no way I'm going to have a successful dating life. That's what you think. Because you've been brainwashed successfully by the internet. It's sad. And what that does actually is it creates this opening. And this is where the positive reframe comes from. Which it creates this opening for those who aren't fooled by the propaganda. Such as myself. See, instead of me spending all this time on social media, doom scrolling on fear, and thinking of all the ways, all the reasons women won't like me or don't like me or dating is fucked for me or dating is whatever, instead of me basking in the negatives. 6 years ago when I first got into dating, basically, I just thought of improving myself. That's all I thought about. How can I become a better speaker? How can I get better looking? How can I make more money? How can I get in better shape? How can I get better charisma? How can I learn game? Game and charisma being the two biggest levers for me. Because unlike the other ones, anyone can level up their game and charisma. You don't really need much to do so. Making more money, for a lot of people, is a more difficult situation. Getting in shape, yes, you should get in shape, but for a lot of people, it takes more time. Game and charisma and social confidence is something that you can literally start today changing. You can start today. And this is what those guys, 90% of men, who are believing that dating is fucked nowadays, that's what they're thinking. I mean, sorry, that's what they're not thinking. So if you can imagine that there's a room of 10 guys and 9 of them gave up on the game because they've been brainwashed into believing it's unwinnable, and you're the one guy who doesn't give up, do you really think you're not going to win? Have you been brainwashed that bad? And you gotta ask yourself, do you want to be one of those 9 men, or do you want to be one of the 1? I don't need to tell you guys how successful my dating life has been, or is. Because you can watch my main channel, you can go on my Instagram, you can make your own assessment. I guess you could be like some of the comments that are like, oh, this is fake. Oh, you paid that woman to respond that way. You could try to do that. But you're just proving to me and yourself that you're one of those 9 men who always fucking find a reason to not accept responsibility for their situation. Always. I'm not suffering from your ignorance. Just you. So whatever your excuses as to why dating is fucked for you, you're short, you're ugly, you're broke, you're skinny, you're Indian, you're Asian, you're Mexican, you're old, you're too young, your town sucks. I don't know. You guys tell me what's other bullshit excuses you guys have. Let me know in the comments. Whatever your excuse is, if you keep allowing this thing to hold you back, you have given this one thing about you your power. You've essentially let yourself die. You're like a dead man walking with no fucking aggression in life, motivation, self-respect. All of those excuses are bullshit. I have helped men in all of those realms, with all of those shortcomings, whatever you want to call them. I have seen guys succeed with all of those shortcomings. I have seen broke guys succeed. I have seen short guys succeed. I have seen fat guys succeed. I have seen bald guys succeed. I've seen it all, man. Now, there's another side to this dating in 2026 is fuck thing, which is a lot of you men think that women have these extremely high standards and it's definitely impossible for you to reach them because of your blank excuse. Which is bullshit. But here's another side to it, which is some people say dating is fucked because women have changed. Not just in their taste, but in their morals. Now, this is an interesting other side of the coin here. People say things like, oh, women are fucked up, they're manipulative, all they want is your money, they're all gonna cheat on you, they're all gonna go fuck the hot guy the moment they see the hot guy. These are all fear beliefs. Even me saying this out loud, it like makes me feel not good because I'm just out here basking in negativity. Once again, you grab the 4 billion women in the world. Will some of them do you wrong? Yes. Of course. Are there some that will not do you wrong because they have strong morals? Yes. There are. Now, those women, they're not highlighted by society as much because fear is what gets views. And that's why Clavicular has a lot of views. And that's why he's like the main fucking... You could call him the most popular dating persona at the moment. It makes so much sense. He's feeding off the biggest insecurities that men have. He's basically making women look like hoes, which is a big insecurity for men. That all women are hoes, all women are bad. And he's making it seem like all women want is just your looks, which is the other insecurity of men: looks and money and status. So it's just the ultimate fear button that he's pressing, the ultimate one. It makes so much sense why he's so viral. But like I said, the good stories, they're not viral because people don't, because the world is operating from such a state of fear. Most people are. If the collective consciousness just stopped operating from a sense of fear, from a state of fear, and they just operated from a state of joy, optimism, can't even speak today, objectivity, then he wouldn't be as popular as he is. And the things he talks about wouldn't be as popular as they currently are today. Right? It's quite interesting how this works. In fact, social media is the new news. A lot of people nowadays stop watching the news because they realize how toxic it is, but they're still on social media not realizing it's just as fucking toxic as the news. In fact, it's even worse. It's even worse than the news. Yes, it is. Why is it even worse? Because at least the news, you can kind of detach from what's happening. You can be like, well, in Africa, this is happening. While social media is really catered towards you, and it really learns you, and the algorithm just fucking knows what to give you to push your fucking buttons. So yes, you've been brainwashed by social media. Yes, you have been. And the irony, because we're technically on social media, right? This is a YouTube video. The irony. But notice how this isn't some crazy viral video. At least, it's funny I say that, but who knows, this might go viral, right? Well, let's just say most of my content on here doesn't necessarily just go crazy viral, because that's not its goal. It's not its purpose. I'm not trying to appeal to the masses necessarily. There's a lot more depth in these videos than most people can be ready for. Which, by the way, makes you think. It's like, your whole life you thought what had more views was better. At least I remember I used to be like that. I'd think, oh, this has this many views, so this video has to be better than this one. Not necessarily, bro. Just because it appeals to more people doesn't make it more beneficial. In fact, some of the best advice I have, some of the most amazing truths that have really set me free in many areas of my life, have been things that most people have no idea about. They're like secrets. Whether it's literally any domain of life, the most value is so secretive to most people. And why is that the case? It's because the collective consciousness operates from fear. At least right now in society, 2026. Who knows? Things might change. Who knows? 2036, it might be inversed. It might be like 10% people are in fear, 90% aren't. Right now, it's not like that, though. I'll tell you that for a fact. It's not like that. So to get back to to get back to the title of this video, which is that, is dating fucked in 2026 and how things are changing. I've explained two sides of the coin, which is, yes, it's changed slightly. Sure. But on a biological level, it's the same thing. Like, men are still attracted to the same shit. Masculine energy is attracted to feminine, and feminine is attracted to masculine. That hasn't changed. That will not change anytime soon, I could guarantee you. So your excuses, that voice you have that tells you you can't get the girl you want or the dating life you want because of this one condition, that voice is ultimately your only enemy. It is your only thing stopping you. That is it. It's not the fact that we're in 2026. It's not the fact that your girlfriend left you. It's not the fact that whatever. Remember, insecurities are beliefs that you prove to be right. Because you believe so much in your insecurity, the world bends to your will. And now, the fact that you are blank is a problem. But if it wasn't for your strong conviction, it wouldn't have been. I'm a perfect example of this. I really am. When I first got into dating, I was aware of my biggest physical limitation, which was that I was and am shorter than the average male in the United States. And since I was a little programmed just like you guys, both through social media, both through high school, and by the way, a lot of your programming comes from high school. You gotta ask yourself, the beliefs you have, are they from high school? And if they are, they're probably fucking shit. So yeah, a lot of my beliefs that came from those younger formative years of my life and from social media, a lot of those beliefs, got me into believing this idea that I was short, right? Some of you in the comments might be like, yeah, but Sergio, you are short. This is like a truth. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I guess you could say I am, relative to the average human in the United States. I am shorter than the average human in the United States. But is this some sort of limitation? See, 5-6 years ago, I thought it was. And you know what happened? Since I thought it was, since I felt insecure, since when I would talk to a girl who was slightly taller than me or near my height, I had the thought of like, oh my God, what if she thinks I'm short? Since I had that insecurity, guess what? Girls did call me short, and it did become a limitation. Because ultimately, women are repulsed by that fear you have, that insecurity. Women just want a guy who really believes in himself and in her and in his mission and in the world. They're attracted to that. People are attracted to that. So it was a self-fulfilling prophecy. It was a problem. Fast forward, 6 years later. Have I grown in height? I don't think so. You know what, maybe. Maybe I grew 1 inch, but I don't think I have. Is it a problem for me today? No. And why is that? It's because mentally, spiritually, it's not a problem to me. In fact, I'm not too short for myself. And thus, people can feel that. And now women don't treat me like I'm too short because they can feel it. It's quite interesting because a lot of you think your conditions are what cause you to have certain thoughts. And in some cases, that is true. But really, that's a mistake you allow to happen. Ultimately, everything's in your hands. And it's up to you if you want it to be a problem. So ask yourself, how are you limiting yourself and can you start to change your beliefs? Here's a nice little trick to change your beliefs. You go out there and you prove yourself wrong. You think you're too short? Go out there and talk to women your height and see what happens, because I guarantee you, you're gonna get into an interaction where you're not too short, and then you're gonna start to think, maybe I'm not. Fuck. And with enough of these interactions, bro, you get to a point where you're like, damn, I guess I really am not too short. I guess I'm not. I thought I was, but shit, they're not treating me like I am. Even if my fucking friends call me short, the girls aren't. So fuck my friend. In fact, funny little fun fact is that nowadays the only people who mention my height are men. It's like, yeah, I mean, every so often a girl will, I guess. But even when the girl does, it's never from like a malicious place or like a serious place. Like a nah, we can't talk because you're this height. It's never from that place. But when a guy does, it's damn near always from like this insecure place. Like, oh, Sergio, what's your thoughts on height? You know, because I can tell you're not that tall and you don't seem to struggle with it. Like, I don't know, man. I'm kind of short myself, brother, and I don't know what to do about it. I'm insecure. It's always a guy who brings up my height nowadays. Whenever I tell a girl that I'm a dating coach, they always tell me, like, you're doing a good job because, or you're doing good work because, damn, men really fucking need you. Men are such pussies nowadays. And it's honestly true, bro. It's true. I could keep ranting as to why that's the case, why men have fallen off a lot nowadays. Having to do with the fact that just the external world is demanding less of us to survive. See, back then you had to do a lot more to survive. Now we don't really gotta do shit to survive. You could do nothing and still be like a homeless dude that's being fed by people. You know? You can still get like free healthcare and all this fucking bullshit. Am I saying I'm against those things? No. Am I saying that they change society and the standards? Yeah, it has. So to wrap this video up, if you want your insecurity to limit you, and if you believe that dating is fucked in 2026, or dating is fucked for you because of blank, then it will be. Cool, bro. Enjoy the rest of your life jacking off to some porn. Good job. Congrats. But if you believe in what I'm saying, which is that the only limitation in life you will ever confront is your own negative beliefs, then make it a thing to change today and start taking the right actions and start proving yourself wrong. And if you need help with that, if you want to level up your dating life, your social confidence, and your mindset, link is in my description to work with me one-on-one. If you have any questions, DM me on Instagram, Sergio Chavez Coach. Sergio Chavez Coach. That's all for this video, guys. Have a great day, man. Let's have a great day, all right? Peace out.